Hey, welcome to day 100 of this spiritual awakening journal with me, daily prompts for intentional living for lightworkers with your soul sister, Iona. So I am the host of the #1 spiritual awakening annual YouTube summit and the creator of the co-authored book series, Soul Legacy Journal, Spiritual Awakening Stories of 365. So welcome. If you are new to me and you're new to the Soul Legacy TV, I will actually walk you through what I do for my spiritual awakening journal, and give you some prompts throughout this journal. This is the journal that I use. This is actually a notebook, and I have a co-authored book series, and I also have a YouTube summit to go with it, to go through this spiritual awakening journal prompts on a daily basis. I'll come live, I'll talk about intentional living for light workers, and I will talk about how to have more freedom in your life when you've gone through a spiritual awakening. If you've gone through a dark night of the soul, you're going through it, let me know where you are on your journey, on your path. And as we go through this whole spiritual awakening and take it beyond awakening to spiritual ascension and to spiritual alchemy, I'd love to hear your story. If you have a story, if you want to come to the spiritual awakening annual YouTube summit, there is a YouTube podcast. It's free on the Soul Legacy TV. And what I will do is interview spiritual YouTubers. When I went on my spiritual awakening journey, I went on a quest to find out what was actually happening. And the place that I landed was articles and not so much books, but YouTube, a lot of YouTube videos with spiritual YouTubers sharing their spiritual awakening story. And so I wanted to give back and interview spiritual YouTubers, healers, leaders, teachers, gurus, soul guided influencers who are on YouTube sharing their story. I wanted to bring them into that summit, into that collective space, and provide value. So this spiritual awakening journal and the daily journal prompts will also come from the interview series. So again, it's absolutely free. It happens October through to April. We have 42 episodes over 7 months on the 2 middle Wednesdays of the month. Usually season 1 is actually pushed back to November, but once we've done that, we'll go back to binge watch Wednesdays, the 2 middle Wednesdays of the month at 9 a.m., 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. UK time. So that's 2 days, 2 middle Wednesdays of the month, 9 a.m., 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. UK time. So I say it's binge watch. So we've got 6 shows for you to use as part of this spiritual awakening process. I think learning from others and seeing what they've been using, see what spiritual practices and what rituals and routines that they've used, I think is really, really helpful. So let me know if you've seen the summit. Let me know if you're part of it, if you're part of the community within my Soul Legacy Academy. I'm the founder of the SoulLegacyAcademy.com. I do actually have a space for you to share your journey and pull together as a collective to raise our vibrational frequency, I say, as we go through that spiritual awakening. So if you want to go through, I do have in the comments actually the spiritual awakening. Let me just grab the right comment for you. You'll see in the description, in the comments, do subscribe to the Soul Legacy TV, so you will get notified when I do go live. I have other playlists on the Soul Legacy TV supporting your spiritual ascension and spiritual awakening and spiritual alchemy journey. So you'll see in the comments or in the description the link for the #1 spiritual awakening annual YouTube summit, again featuring YouTubers. So that's the playlist for the summit. And I also have an after show, and let me just grab this. I also have a spiritual ascension after show on the 3rd Thursday of the month. I would love to support you. And we also have a spiritual alchemy giveaway that our guests will be giving away. Again, use your spiritual awakening journal, whatever it is that you use. I have my own to support you through this. So these prompts are not just going to be from me. You're going to be guided what it is that you get. And also for the co-author book series as well that goes with that. That launches on the 6th of May at the end of this each season. We've got 7 seasons scheduled out. So hopefully as you go through your spiritual awakening, these spiritual awakening journal prompts will support you. And I'm going to talk about every single area of your life. So no area is left unturned. Wherever you've gone through your spiritual awakening, and that what's opening, what's triggered it, what's trauma in each area of your life, whatever area, you're likely to have multiple awakenings if you haven't already. Sorry to be a bearer of news. I won't say bad news, but we tend to go through multiple, but they might not feel as harsh or as dark. And especially when you've got light-minded people, I like to say, around you, we can create a community. So if you choose to upgrade for the free summit, I have a space within my Soul Legacy Academy. It's $11 for a year, so for the entire season, to get transcripts, MP3 downloads, and to get the spiritual ascension after show, to get access to the Zoom call, and also to get access to the spiritual alchemy giveaway. I wanted this when I was going through my spiritual awakening. So I do have links. Everything that I mention, I will leave in the cards or the description or the pinned comments on the Soul Legacy TV. If you're watching this in the Soul Legacy Academy, then welcome. You should see all the links around here. If you're watching in the Telegram channel, if you're watching in the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, then all should make sense. So this again is what I call the Soul Legacy Journal, being the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy. It's called 365 Days of Your Spiritual Awakening Story. So this is where it's a blank notebook that I created, and I say, come and do the spiritual journaling with me on a daily, live on the Soul Legacy TV. I don't believe in editing this process. It's what I use, and I just flow with it. So I'm going to talk about the 7 areas that I break down when I talk about spiritual awakening. These are the 7 areas that I use for my spiritual journaling prompts. And every single day I focus on one area, because my life didn't look and feel the same. I was quite numb when I was going through my spiritual awakening, and I wasn't sure, like chaos was unfolding in just about every area of my life. But as I went through multiple spiritual awakenings, what I noticed was one area would trigger it, and it would have a knock-on effect to the other areas. So I'm going to talk about that as we go. And I call this a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers, because when you start to journal, when you start to connect the dots going forward rather than just looking back, you see the beauty in your spiritual awakening journey, and you might be thinking, yeah, sure, like this is painful, this is, people think I'm crazy, I don't know what to do. Like, you might not feel so good, and hopefully going through this spiritual awakening journal with me, this process on a daily basis, you'll document your spiritual awakening journey, and you'll grow through it, you know, and hopefully bring your light work. So again, this is about living an intentional life after going through that dark night of the soul, or while, during, because you know, this a spiritual, say dark night of the soul, but it's not a dark night. Mine was a dark decade of the soul. So when I say, oh, you know, as after we've gone through it, it's to walk you through that whole process and kind of make sense of it and raise your vibrational frequency and your consciousness and your awareness. That's the purpose of it, I believe. So let's dive into what I call launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day, and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. So as a result of going through this spiritual awakening journal prompts on a daily basis with me, you will be launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day with ease, grace, and flow, and seeing your how you're vibrating, whether you feel like you're in soul funk today or in soul flow. And every single day on the Soul Legacy TV, you'll see that I say spiritual awakening journal, health freedom Tuesdays. Every single day we focus. That's why I've got my orange t-shirt on. Yesterday it was contribution freedom Mondays. I have my red t-shirt on just to represent a different area of the day that I'm focusing on, that I invite you to focus on. And so if you are new to me, I have a spiritual vision board challenge, a 7-day challenge, which goes through helping you to create a new vision for your life. as you go through your spiritual awakening and your spiritual ascension and that spiritual alchemy. Because when you awake, when you raise your consciousness, kind of life, like I said, you know, life looks and feels a little bit different. There's it feels like you've woken up, and what you knew, what the life that you knew before, and let me know if this resonates with you, the life that you knew before doesn't look and feel the same. And when I went through my dark night of the souls, several, I wanted to redefine my life. I wanted to recreate my life. And part of my spiritual awakening, for the spiritual essence of it, was learning about the law of attraction and the law of vibration. And I realized, oh, okay, well, we can co-create our life. But when you go through a dark night of the soul, sometimes the emotions that you feel are at a lower vibration. So it's like, well, how do I raise my vibration? That was kind of my goal, of raising my vibrational frequency and doing it in every area of my life. So to live an intentional life, I focus on your vision, your spiritual vision board, creating a vision for your life. And I'll talk about each area, and I will leave the link in the playlist and the playlist down below, and I'll show you what the playlist is. So this is, hang on, let me see, I've got a few links for you, because when I did this live yesterday, I was like, oh, okay, I want to give you the opportunity to use the spiritual awakening journal prompts on a daily basis with me for intentional living, again for light workers, but actually start to move forward. There's a lot of times where we're watching YouTube channels, and this is why it's live every day, so you can click to get notified. We watch a bunch of stuff, and before we know it, the day's gone, and we're not doing what we need to be doing to implement what we are actually learning. Yes, you can watch spiritual awakening stories and what have you, but actually integrating it into our life. So I do a live 7-day annual challenge. You'll also be able to get the replays free on the SoulLegacyTV Spiritual Business Success with Iona. And it's a spiritual vision board for financial freedom for families. This live on the 2nd, I just jumped in, and I'm hoping that I'm all good and my connection's all good. So I do this live on the 2nd week of December at 7:30 p.m. UK time. I call it the 7 Freedoms frequency, and I'll share more why. In that spiritual vision board challenge, I used to call myself the spiritual, the vision coach. And so that's what I came online with. I knew that vision boards worked, but the more I set my vision and the more my awakening, chaos seemed to unfold, which was a shedding of my own vibration, but I didn't know that then. And so over the years, what I developed was a spiritual vision board that broke down my life for intentional living. And so on the vision board, I say the 7 freedoms. And so each area that we focus on every single day on the Soul Legacy TV, I say the 7 freedoms for intentional living, and I call them the intentional living codes. And by that, I mean, so we've got Health Freedom Tuesday is one of the codes. And so what I mean by that is our job really is to unblock our energy, raise our awareness, and elevate our thoughts and our feelings, our vibration, right? And so however you think and feel about a specific area of your life, you just want to figure out how to clear energy, how to clear your blocks, how to clear your mind, how to, you know, live that best life with more freedom. So freedom is a higher vibrational frequency. And so love, freedom, empowerment, joy, appreciation is said to be the frequency that you want to be emitting. However, when you go through a dark night of the soul, many times you might feel guilt or fear or grief or whatever's triggered you. And if it's health that's triggered you and you've got disease in your body or pain, physical pain, you're not really probably going to feel very high vibe. And if you're going through anything now, then, you know, share as much as you want to, journal as much and keep it private, or connect with a fellow light worker that you know, or that's within the community in the Spiritual Biz YouTubers network, and journal this process out. So intentional living and the 7 freedoms, again, that frequency. So I say the Intentional Living Codes, and it stands for an acronym called the Cheers to Financial Freedom Frequency. So that's why I say the 7 freedoms for short. And that acronym, the Cheers, is kind of to say, to put a high vibe on it, although spiritual awakening and doesn't always feel that great. But I just want you to think of when you're doing your spiritual journaling and you're writing down, if you're writing down any notes or what have you, think about the acronym Cheers. It stands for, the C stands for contribution freedom. That's what we cover on a Monday for our spiritual awakening journal prompts on a daily basis. And H is the health, which is Health Freedom Tuesday. We're going to dive into that as we flow. What I do for setting my intentions for my health, my vision for my health. I have each area of your vision board. Each area of the spiritual vision board focuses on a specific area of these 7 freedoms, and then we journal it out and manifest and clear, being vibrational alignment basically, so you can manifest what's on your vision board. E is for emotional freedom Wednesdays, which we're going to talk about, and health obviously affects your emotions and vice versa. The second E of the Cheers is environmental freedom Thursdays. R is relationship freedom Fridays, which is got to be, I think, my favorite day, one of my favorite days, probably my favorite day. Then spiritual freedom on a Saturday of the Cheers, and then F is financial freedom. So basically, I come onto the Soul Legacy TV and talk about spiritual business success because I went through my spiritual awakening. I built my business through my awakening and through my journey. And what I went on as my spiritual ascension tools was vision boarding and journaling. And then I alchemized that, and I've actually shared my spiritual awakening story. So I love this process. I love that we get to sit down together and think about, okay, well, how did I want to contribute on Mondays? Okay, well, if I'm contributing as a light worker, doing my light work in the world, and you might have a really big vision and mission and feel called, your soul is calling you to really be in service. I say, show up, speak out, and serve deep as a result of going through your awakening, because you know that you are here to add transformation to the world, right? So what I want you to sit down and think about and write about and journal about is, okay, well, while I'm contributing, because this really happens, and it happens quite a lot. Like when we're making a plan, like I'm going to go out there, I'm going to do all the things. First of all, emotions kick in, fear, doubt, guilt, all the things creates a lot of chaos. But we think, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to serve, I'm going to do all these things. And the first thing, one of the first things that probably goes out the window is our own health and well-being. And so when we talk about health or for intentional living for light workers, I talk about the 7 freedoms in terms of health, different types of health. So I talk about this in great detail on the Spiritual Vision Board Challenge. So you can go through that. Again, I will leave the link for the Spiritual Vision Board Challenge. There's a playlist. It's free again. And it talks about, I talk about health, and I give definitions. I really go deep, because this is, it's not just a vision board challenge where you're sticking pictures. We're really getting in tune with living intentional life, scheduling out your health, again, how you launch your day, how you lead your day, and how you leave your day. So where you're integrating your health freedom for intentional living. And I have a monthly call called the 7 freedoms frequency call-in gym. So I coach my students in the Soul Legacy Academy through that. And everybody, when I first did this, everybody absolutely loved it, because we focus on our light work, but we also want to focus on our lifestyle and being healthy in that. And so with the 7 freedoms and being coached through it, what you want to do is see where you're scheduling out each of the freedoms. So if you've gone through a spiritual awakening and you're using these spiritual journal prompts, what I want you to do is think of, okay, well, am I being healthy in all of the freedoms, firstly, but am I being healthy in these 5 areas? So for health, we break it down and we say your mental health, your emotional health, how are you doing? with your emotional health? How are you doing with your mental health? How are you doing with your physical health? Usually when I think of health, I think of um, physical health. That's my go-to, but it's not. There's physical health, there's spiritual health, and environmental health, and you can think of financial health and how healthy your spiritual business model. If you are doing your light work and you're creating a business, I support you in creating a spiritual business around your book and a spiritual YouTube channel, and share your spiritual awakening story. And if it is on health, then it might be your mental health that you've got a story inside of you. Note that when you go through a spiritual awakening and you use these journaling prompts, what you probably will do is connect the dots in terms of the journey that you've been through. And so if it is something that, and there's a lot of triggers, and there's a lot of tears, and there's a lot of energy that you might have around them. I'm not saying that this is always an easy journey, but it's for a reason. It's not just, when you go through that level of adversity, and you think, and some people have a vision to make a difference because they've been through that adversity, and some people crumble and say, I'm done. You want to be that person. I encourage you to go through that spiritual awakening journey, go through the spiritual ascension, and then that spiritual alchemy. I love those stages. I think that it's our duty as light workers to kind of get on with the business of showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. So whatever health freedom, if you have gone through health freedom, you might have gone through your awakening through contribution or emotions or your environment or your relationships or your spirituality or your financial freedom. Let me know. If you're a co-author in the co-author book series, the Soul Legacy Journal, Spiritual Awakening Stories of 365, a co-authored Soul Path to Spiritual Alchemy for light workers, then I will probably know your story. If depending on when you're watching this, we're going through season 1, and it is launched. The co-author book series is launched every May, which I dedicate my work to my son who passed, made his transition 7 years ago. Again, that is why I'm here, sharing grief. So for the co-author book series, if you want to share your spiritual awakening story, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm scrolling through just to bring up the comments that I put in there, so you can have a visual and you'll know to click on the description in this YouTube podcast, so you can come and share your spiritual awakening story. If that is a soul match, you'll need to be a spiritual YouTuber, a light worker who has a big vision and mission, and you want to align them with your money as well. And you want to create a spiritual biz YouTube channel to share your spiritual awakening story. Share as light workers, as spiritual business owners, we often want to hide behind closed doors and don't want to be visible. But I do believe with our spiritual awakening journey, as we connect the dots, that it is our duty to actually show up, speak out, and serve deep, which a lot of my students over the years have not wanted to do and not felt comfortable, have wanted to do but not felt comfortable. So if you want to share your spiritual awakening story, and I've said to people, are you ready to share your spiritual awakening story raw and real with the world? And people go, yes. And then when it comes to it, they're worried, or they're scared, and they're scared of judgment, or they're scared of the family actually knowing what has actually happened, or there's a vulnerable story. And there's a beautiful soul sister of mine who shares her spiritual awakenings, multiple of them, in a book called A Flight of a Butterfly by Lindsay Austin. And I talk about Lindsay a lot, and she shares so raw, so real, so vulnerable. And she shares like in a little bit of a journal form as well, and just a little bit of a reflection at the end of each section in her book, and each chapter is beautiful. Everyone says, oh my gosh, Linz, you have the book just takes you on another level. So that's a book that I really recommend. If somebody's sharing it, and Lindsay often tells me, look, I've got another book inside of me, and she does say, that is not even the half of it. And I think, wow. So as an inspiration, look out there at people sharing their spiritual awakening story. If you have a spiritual awakening story to share, in the Soul Legacy Journal, again, Spiritual Awakening Stories of 365, it is a co-authored Soul Path to Spiritual Alchemy for Lightworkers. Email submissions at SoulLegacyAcademy.com. The only way that you can actually get into that co-authored book series is to be a student of mine, and I'm scrolling because I'm just going to show you. I've got lots of free resources. I do really serve really deeply, but the only way, because I opened this up and I was like, I've got to put my name to this, like it's a book, it's an actual book, and people say to me, is this free? And I'm like, dude, it's not free to publish a book and market a book and actually get it out there. So I'm actually looking for the hang on, my boot camp. Let me see. I don't know if I put it on there. I thought I did. No, I didn't. Did I not? I did. Okay, and just bear with me if I don't find it. You can go to the Soul Legacy Academy and go to my boot camp, and I will share. No, I didn't. Did I? I didn't put it on there. Oh, there's too many comments maybe. So you can go to this actually. You can go to the free chapter group VIP day, how to start, build and grow a successful spiritual business online on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book launch. There's a free chapter VIP day. And well, I can talk about actually the program and actually come into the bootcamp or the mastermind, which one is best for you. If you want to be a co-author, I'm actually gifting that. And if you to my masterminders and my bootcampers, and I'll share more on that. I'll share more on my spiritual biz YouTubers from scratch masterclass as well. So health freedom, whether you are going through spiritual health, again, environmental health, we share it all in the book, because there's other people who need to hear your story. And again, Lindsay shares so much. She shares health, shares about her cancer, she shares about relationships. She shares basically what I invite you to do is see where you are on in each area of your life. So whether that's contribution, that's health. So Lindsay shares that actually as a result of her journey, she focuses on her health and her fitness, and she's a fitness trainer, and she has been for almost 2 decades. And that was her way of, getting more body confidence and different things. Like there's so much that she shares. It's just a really beautiful journey that she has shared. And I have said to my co-authors that, go and grab that book, because when I first launched the co-author book series, there's a lot of people that had multiple spiritual awakening stories on different areas of their life, and they were looking for ideas from others as well. And you'll get your own ideas. You'll see what the vision that you had when you first started out for your health, say, and where you've been. So for me, my health freedom, I didn't come through a level of pain. A lot of my students come through pain and disease in the body. I have then, in my health journey, I have gone through more digestive issues or challenges. A lot of people do suffer with the mental health stuff. I'm fortunate to not, but I know that it's absolutely massive, and a lot of my students want to work in that area. Our lead soul guided instructor, Robin Knott, who is the founder of the energyhealingschool.com and the host of the Energy Healing TV YouTube podcast. Robin background was in mental health, and Robin does she talks about energy healing and energy healing lifestyle and Reiki. She has a 7-day chakra challenge to unblock your chakras. So health, when you think of your chakras and the energy center, the energy field, there's so many things that could be going on with your health and having an unbalanced chakra. So Robin talks about that really deeply. So today, for me on the Soul Legacy TV, or for us going through the Spiritual Awakening Journal prompts, one of the prompts for the Health Freedom Tuesdays is to see how aligned your chakras are, and rate the energy and the frequency. Robin has a whole process on that, And so today, on Tuesdays, Robin talks about, on the Energy Healing TV and the Energy Healing Lifestyle, she talks about sacral chakra. So it's sacral chakra healing Tuesdays. So if you are familiar with Robin, if you are in the Soul Legacy Academy, if you are in the Spiritual YouTubers Network, she's our lead soul guided instructor. And Robin and I are joint vision partners because we have a joint vision. Robin has the self-love movement, which is like self-love but self-healing, and I have the Soul Legacy movement. And so Robin came to me through my Spiritual Business Spiritual Business Woman Network when I had it, and she did the video visibility challenge reluctantly, and she came in there, and ever since we've created a soul sisterhood, like literally a soul sisterhood. I'd said, you know, hey, soul sister, Iona, me, and I created connections. But Robin and I, we've talked for almost over a year and a half every single day, but we've known each other coming up for 2 years now, and instantly there was just a beautiful, healthy connection. And so I had a vision to support you in your light work and your spiritual awakening journey. But I know that when you go for a spiritual awakening, there's triggers and trauma and all the things. And Robin helps you in with your thoughts, your feelings, and your health as well. Because if you have your energy that's out of alignment, I don't know if Robin actually says that, with out of alignment, just out of balance. I don't know if she says that either. But kind of just not aligned, right? Blocked, then she'll help you with that. So I love what she does. I love what Robin does. So Robin, thank you for supporting us. So let me dive into health. So what comes up for you is doing this spiritual awakening. I'm waving my pen around, right? Orange pen, orange t-shirt, sacral chakra, orange. So what comes up for you? Does anything come up for you, like in terms of you've got a story around your health? Let me think of a story around my health. So I went through my twin flame awakening. So I'll talk about relationships on Friday, but I ended up having a Buddha belly. It's a real thing. Or when I've gone on like my spiritual ascension, right? You've got your spiritual awakening, spiritual ascension journey, and that ascension journey, this ascension symptoms. Don't know if you've ever looked up the ascension symptoms. It is rude. And actually, when I've gone through my spiritual ascension before, I've seen feathers. That's part of the spirituality. I'll talk about that on Saturday. But I saw 2 feathers today. I'm just saying, after I went on my run. And so I had this big Buddha belly, and I thought, oh my God, like what is going on? For 6 months, and my belly was moving. I'm like, I've been sterilized, and my ex had been sterilized, and I was just like, well, it's not a baby, but that's kind of how it felt. Just I had tests, I had all the things, and I've learned about ascension symptoms. I've learned about the chakras and being unbalanced and all the things. Well, I was experiencing physical symptoms. And it was quite distressing actually, because I just didn't know. I was like, I got tested for multiple array of blood tests, right? And you can imagine what you're thinking and feeling and all the things. And that was that awakening for me, talking about health. So I've just been speaking about Lindsay, and she's just messaged me on Telegram. Hey, Linz. And so the health freedom, what I realized is, for me, I have a vision. So we'll talk about your spiritual vision board. And we talk about your values being in alignment with each area of your life. That's for intentional living. Just noticing what your values. For me, my values for health are feeling sexy. I have a little affirmation on my phone that comes up saying I'm happy and healthy and sexy in my body and a certain way. And so I talk about your being in line with your values and then raising your vibration. So the Soul Legacy Journal and these Spiritual Awakening Journal prompts just come back to launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day in a healthy way, and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. So how you launch your day, how you lead your day is going to determine how healthy you feel. So are you launching your day in the healthiest way possible? Are you check in with your health? What does health feel like to you when you're doing a vision for health? I wanted to run half a marathon I talk about this on the Spiritual Vision Board Challenge on day 2 on health freedom. And so I talk about my priority goal for the year, what was I wanted to work towards, and in order to achieve that, what I needed to do for my health. Obviously, sleep right, eat right, drink water, do all the things, right? And so we have that vision, but also to live an intentional life and raise our vibration. So if I think of, oh, well, I want to run half a marathon, don't do anything about it, it's never going to happen. But if I am focusing on it's already done, then I actually vibrate and emit that frequency with that energy going forth. And then the universe brings me the things that I need to actually accomplish that. And so I call that following your soul guidance. So intentional living is something that I was aware of, and I wanted to not only do have accomplish a half marathon. I want to live a healthy, long life, right? Leave my soul legacy, do my soul work, and all the rest of it. And my mum's mum lived till she was 101. Her goal was to live to 100, and so she exceeded herself. So I tell this story often. I wanted when my stomach is grumbling, my energy is moving, as Robin would say. Um, it's a lot is loud. That's what happens when you, excuse me, when you do a live. So she lived till she was 100, and I was turning 40 that year. So I went to the Caribbean, contribution, no, health freedom, not health freedom, environmental freedom. Went to the Caribbean, and she was living in a home actually, and the family had done her a party, and we were all dancing, and she was dancing on the dance floor at 100, and I'm like, I'm 40. I came back from the Caribbean with a spring in my step. And I went out for my 40th birthday, and I've got like hot pants on. I've got a photo of me and my son at that time. And I'm like, what do I need to do in order to live a healthy life? Not to say that, and on my run this morning, I was thinking, I don't want to say that, if you go through these spiritual awakening journal prompts and you live an intentional life, then you're going to live to 100. No, but you give yourself a good chance. But some people who, might smoke and drink and what have you, do live to that age. And some people that have hit fit and healthy, they're not here anymore. So I'm not suggesting anything other than being the best version of you, as Robin talks about on the Energy Healing TV. But just what feels healthy to you? How do you want to launch your day? How do you want to leave your day? On the Seven Freedoms calls and the call-in gym, we set that intention, and I have tools and resources for you within the Soul Legacy Academy a lot, to support you in managing your time, money, and energy so that you can feel more healthy. And I recently experienced burnout, or early signs of burnout. I was able to catch it really quick because I do live an intentional life. And I'm in the season, and I keep talking about this, and I'll talk about it more on Relationship Freedom Fridays, in a season where I'm fostering my great niece and nephews, and twins that are under 5 and almost 5, and then a 2-year-old. So that is a lot in this season. It happened quite quickly. So I wasn't able to, I was doing my light work in my contribution there, but not on the Soul Legacy TV. And so this is me coming back and sharing. Actually, I felt really healthy. I felt really high vibe. We rate our vibrational frequency. We use the spiritual vision board to see, the vision that we want. And then we see how far in alignment, bridge that gap. And so every single day we rate our frequency, our vibration from a 1 to an 11. And so we did that on contribution freedom. We do it again, health freedom, and we use a little abbreviation, so you don't have to write out health freedom Tuesdays. And we do like HFT equals. So you want to rate your vibrational frequency every single day on the Soul Legacy TV using these spiritual journal prompts. That's another one. And see how you feel. So for me, my vibration is 11 now. Before it was an 11, and then when the kids came, we were being healthy, and I was teaching them intentional living and all the things. And then hey love, good morning. And then Robin is here with us. Awesome. I don't know how long you've been on, but thank you. And so I was doing my ratings and feeling really healthy, teaching the children in intentional living, all the things. And before I knew it, my health habits, my intentional living, because I don't just do my spiritual awakening journal and then just like leave the journal, and we're living, and Robin is true for Robin's journey in the energy healing lifestyle. We live, breathe and sleep our journal. We actually, journaling with me live is going through it, we're living it. And so it's a working document that evolves with us as we evolve. And so me not paying attention on my own health, obviously every area I was focusing on for the children, they've gone through this transition to come into our home, and I really was focusing on them. And it was like, you're doing an amazing job. And I'm like, shoot, I'm doing that at the expense of myself. I'm experiencing early signs of burnout. And I'll probably do a shoot off of the whole fostering process and how it's not been smooth and all the rest of it, and how that was setting me up for burnout. And because I was living intentionally, because I was healthy beforehand, I was able to probably withstand a lot more than somebody else. But as soon as I experienced those early signs, I was like, I'm not doing my running, I'm not doing my exercising, I'm not doing my journaling, I'm not doing any of the health stuff really. I'm eating kind of clean, but I'm probably not. And I'm getting this urge to drink more. Like, if you go on your spiritual awakening, a lot of people say, oh, I'll avoid alcohol because it's low vibration. I'm like, dude, give me a glass of wine, not like bottles and bottles of it, but like a glass, or maybe I want two. And I'm like, that's not in alignment with the vision I have for my health. So let me just knock that on the head and drink fake wine. Call it fake wine now. Drink fake wine, non-alcoholic wine. Because if I'm having this urge of this coping, and that's how I knew that it was early signs of burnout, because that's one of the symptoms, because it wasn't like me. Not to say I don't drink, but I was like, this is not cool. This is not how I want to be, like, live to 100. So I had to turn that around and look at how I was launching my day, leading my day, and leaving my day. I didn't want to leave my day drinking, basically. Not really super intoxicated, but you get what I mean. So Robin says good morning. So again, Robin is our lead soul guided instructor. So I did give you a shout out, Robin. And Robin says that, thank you for doing that little abbreviation of the Health Freedom Tuesday. So HFT equals 9. So Robin's Health Freedom is rated again between the 1 and 11. And so Robin says 9. So for you, Robin, in your Soul Legacy journal, in your own energy healing lifestyle, because we merge our journals, and Robin does her own rating for to rate the chakras and the energy of that. And you do that, the whole hand scan and different things. And so when you're thinking of, okay, well, the vision that I have for my health, the values that I have to live in alignment with that, and how my vibration feels, which is the 9 for Robin, what is the gap? Why is it not an 11? Why is it as far away from a 1? And what have you been doing in your health freedom? What have you been, your habits, your feelings, your thoughts around health? Why is the vibration lower? When we rate vibe an 11, it feels like soul complete, soul flow. 1 feels like a soul funk. Whatever you are, it doesn't matter. It's your own journey. But just note today, health freedom. Okay, well, Robin says 9. So the idea with intentional living, as we do this spiritual awakening journal prompts, is to have a mini spiritual awakening on each of the 7 freedoms. So next week, we're like, okay, well, I was vibing. I'm vibing at an 11. Keep doing what I'm doing. Keep thinking and feeling about my health the way that I'm doing. If I drop off, I'm probably going to go at low vibration. But how can I raise it just even a notch or maintain it? And if it goes lower, why? That's that awakening. That's using these spiritual awakening journal prompts every day to live intentionally by just seeing, oh, well, your vibrational frequency is affecting my vibration. Just saying, we're all connected. So the idea is to support one another in saying, how can we raise our vibration? Doesn't mean to say that for me, my health, like I talked about running, I've dropped the children off this morning. Instead of just walking back home, I put on my gym stuff and I ran, well, jogged. All right, I've done my run. And so before I was running home, now I have a run that I do that I've done for the last few years in nature. I'm like, I'm going to run past my home. I'm going to go out to my tree and beyond then run back, okay, how many days do I want to do that? I want to do that every single day. So as long as I keep that, and then after this live, I fast as well. So I'll then start eating. I don't eat before that. I have my gut health, I have my vitamins. Do you know what I mean? So I'm launching my day with my gut health and my vitamins. I'm leading my day with my run, and I'm leaving my day setting my intention for good sleep, to eat right, blah, 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 blah. So whatever your vibration is, I would love to know. Health Freedom Tuesday, but set the intention to create the habits and the spiritual rituals and routines to support you to live more intentionally. Thank you, Robin. I always use you as an example. If you come on here, you can kind of get used as a guinea pig. If you're watching on the replay and it kind of doesn't make that much sense, watch the Spiritual Vision Board Challenge and it will make more sense. Robin says, I just got on, just woke up. Awesome. So hopefully you are rested with your health, for your sleep. Robin, I know that you talk about that with and you've talked about the importance of sleep, and I've worked on that, and I'm like, do you know what, I'm done working on it, because when I focus on it, I think of lack thereof. And I've got books that I support me in my spiritual awakening journal as my journaling prompts. The book that I listen to. So for me, I love to fuel my mind. So my awakening has come through books as well, and YouTube videos. And I have my book, Robin, you have your book. And what I wanted to do as my level of contribution, I talked about yesterday on Contribution Freedom Monday, is create businesses, spiritual businesses around spiritual books, but books that have you in action. So I choose a book that I want to focus on every single day. Today it was Jessica Ortner's The Tapping Solution for Weight Loss and Body Confidence. And it's not because I need to lose a ton of weight. I'm at a certain age right now. I'm 49. Hormones, stress hormones, all the stuff are going to fluctuate with my weight. So I'm like, okay, my body is not the same as what it used to be. It's still pretty banging, but it's not the same as what it used to be. It's not going to be the exact same shape. However, I did tapping before and I was like, yeah, I've got it. I did this book. I'm like, cool. Got to my goal. Fantastic. Then I got quite cocky and I was like, yeah, I don't need this book anymore. This is the thing. When you journal it and you come back every Tuesday, do the thing. So what I do every day is listen to an audible book that supports each area of my life as part of my spiritual journal prompts. So today it was that. So I listened for the whole of the 90 minutes that I was running to that book. So I'll use that as, okay, implementation. We want to implement the things that we listen to, watch, read, learn every single day to live intentionally. We don't want shelf help. We want to actually evolve. And Robin says, we do evolve, don't we? It's beautiful. Yeah, we do. I'm going to do gratitude and I'm going to do the vibrational money voucher and I'm going to wrap up. Robin says, your walls, sorry, Robin. Your walks and run is like opening your soul channel. Love the downloads you get during those times. Thank you, love. Yeah, I do. So instead of doing like a school run, like in hustle and bustle, I've got the children into going through that teamwork. We say teamwork makes the dream work, and we chant it and we dance, and we've got them. The morning routine was good, and now it's great. And so the daily routine for them and the nighttime routine, they're absolutely smashing it for what they've been through. They're absolutely smashing it. I'm like, my morning routine, okay, I'm back on it. So instead of just doing the school run where it's quite noisy with the traffic on the way back, it's like a 20-minute run or half an hour walk. And like, let me go back into nature, go through where my tree is and my sign. And I love it. And I do, Robin's right. What I do is listen to my audible book, but I also turn my headphones off and I start speaking. And I'm usually speaking to you. So I start what I call soul speaking into existence, and I get ideas and downloads. So for me, for my journal, it's just a notebook, and everything that I wrote down here, I'm like, I've just come back into doing the daily lives for the spiritual journal with me and using the spiritual awakening journal prompts. And I'm just like, what do I want to say today? This is daily. So when you think of a lot of spiritual biz YouTubers or YouTubers in general, It's like, oh my gosh, I've got to create content. I've got to, for me, my content is my life. So what I've just experienced, I will just share with you. And so that's how I wanted to contribute. That's how I wanted to show up, speak out and serve deep, not have to sit there and think, oh gosh, you know, I've got to create this content. I've got a framework and there's freedom within that framework. And so what I was doing on my walk was, on my run, was speaking this, and then I don't know how it's going to look and feel. I'm just going to talk it. So what I'm going to wrap up is with gratitude, and then we're going to do our vibrational money voucher. So thank you, Robin. All of this was created through my downloads, right? I love this framework. I love intentional living. So again, I talked about your spiritual vision board. You want to create your spiritual vision board for your health. That's your vision. And if you haven't, then you'll see the link. And then your values. What are your values around your health? Unless you have that North Star, that value, then you're going to fall by the wayside. For me, it's been sexy and feeling healthy. And like when you're in a relationship or you're out of a relationship, feeling confident in your body, that body confidence. Now I'm in a relationship, I'm like, oh, it's on. So that even more. But before I was in it, that was my vision. That was my intention. So what are your values? I talk about that on the vision board challenge. And what is your vibration? So Robin's rated hers, I've rated mine. Let me know what yours is. And again, if you come to the 7 Freedoms call, I'll coach you through this. So we take these 7 freedoms. So we don't just focus on using the spiritual awakening journal prompts for one area, like I'm breaking this down really deep, but then we put it back together and seeing your health in your contribution, your health in your health, your health in your emotions, your health in your environment, your health in your relationships, healthy relationships, toxic relationships. We'll talk about that. Your health with your spirituality, your connection, your guidance, your soul guidance. Robin says source guidance, and I say looking at the world through the lens of your soul. It's a healthy way to look rather than being pushed and pulled. And your health with your finances. So we want to look at each area of your life as your spiritual awakening journal prompts. So on a daily basis, I want you to express gratitude. Now, I know that you know about gratitude, likely, but the way that we do gratitude, I do gratitude, is sit in the Soul Legacy Journal, is to say, I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I appreciate. There's different words I've learned through Abraham Hicks and different practices. When you're saying you're happy, feel a feeling of being happy. What does healthy really feel like? What I'm happy and I'm grateful. When people say that I'm grateful, Abraham Hicks says, say the appreciation, because grateful often means that you're thinking, well, I'm grateful that, say, my car's working, hasn't broken down, or I'm grateful for, there's a negative underlying tone. So I'm like, listen, dude, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. I'm all of them. We know that appreciation is at the highest vibration, like love and joy and empowerment and freedom and, you know, and knowledge. So I'm happy and I'm grateful. I appreciate. People say, you know, my purpose, I want to be happy. You know, that's my main goal. So being happy now, regardless of whatever your body looks like or whatever your health is like or what have you, if you can, that's the goal. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. So the first freedom is contribution freedom. So think of something that you're happy and you're grateful and you appreciate. Some people are like, I've got nothing. So we look at the past, something that you had to be grateful for. Look at something in the present if you want to, or both, and look at your spiritual vision board and pinpoint something on it that you are happy and grateful and you appreciate. And it's like that thanks in advance. So for me, I was happy and grateful that I was a #1 best selling author, which I was as a co-author, but I wasn't in my own right. But I vibrated at that frequency, let me tell you, and it happened in the most magical way. But I had to vibrate at that frequency. Universe gave me the signs, gave me the way, and I'm like, okay, I can do that. Within 7 days, I was a #1 best-selling author in 7 categories in the Amazon Kindle store. Hadn't even written the book, like already vibrating at that frequency. So what you're happy and you're grateful for, something in your contribution, use that as your spiritual awakening journal prompts daily, whether you come on with me live or not. Then the health freedom, which is today, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. Again, something in the past, something in the present, something in your predicted future. Merge whatever it is, soul speak it into existence, write it down, create a video, do what you've got to do. So the third of the 7 freedoms, which is for intentional living, the cheers to financial freedom frequency. We want to emit the frequency. So being grateful and appreciating and being you're happy about it in advance is like saying to the universe, I've got it. You're not coming from a poverty consciousness, a lack. You're coming from a prosperity consciousness. And we know that the higher vibrations is that manifesting. And again, I talk about it on the Spiritual Vision Board Challenge. The third area is emotions, and we'll talk about that tomorrow on Emotional Freedom Wednesday. I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate your emotions in the past, emotions at present, and emotions in the future, how you want to feel. I'm grateful for my grief, and I'm just like, as soon as I said that, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna cry. Because there's one point that I was not able to say, I am grateful. I've said it for years. I brought my gratitude stone. My daughter actually gave this to me. My daughter, she's 19, when she was little. So my daughter and my son, the 7 years between them, we'd sit down and we'd say gratitude, but we'd do it in the I'm grateful. And when my son passed 7 years ago, so I started this gratitude in 2008. And when my son passed, I was like, to even think about saying gratitude, I would just cry. And so I was like, Robin says, oh, bestseller. Thank you, Robin. I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm not happy and I'm not grateful at all. My son's not here. Like, what do I have to be? No. And so I didn't do it for a while, over a year and a half. I can't remember. And then I was able to say it again. So I'm happy and grateful. And just saying I'm happy and grateful for my grief, my emotions, is like, that's huge. If you've gone through a dark night of the soul, you've gone through a spiritual awakening and you've lost a loved one, I know you know the depths that that can take you to the point where you're like, I'm done. And because you're watching this and you're still standing, you've got to be grateful. You've got to be. So I'm happy and I'm grateful. I appreciate. I won't cry. For this, the second E is environment. I'm happy and I'm grateful. I appreciate something from your environment. It might be the sun is shining today. Like, I didn't get wet, right? So the sun is shining. You know, just the little things that somebody's done something and cleaned the environment, or you get to share an environment with certain people or whatever it is. My environment, having 3 young children under 5, my house, I'm like, God, pile of ironing, which is still there, but it's been ironed, which I'm really grateful for. And I was like, I'm going to chuck money at this, like getting my environment straight. And then I was like, I'm going to pay myself to get my environment done. And I'll talk about that on Financial Freedom Sunday. But your environment, how's it looking? Are you happy and grateful and appreciate something? I appreciate my iron right now. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate something that is relationships, past, present, predicted future. If you want to be in a relationship or what have you, all things, we'll talk about that. Spirituality, again, using these spiritual awakening journal prompts on a daily basis. We focus on one area, break it down, but we are happy and grateful for all areas, all the 7 freedoms, right? And then finances. You might be thinking, oh gosh, my finances. I'm happy and grateful for getting a refund from Canva, which was £86, which I paid for my merch t-shirts, because I wanted to have different t-shirts. And I paid for 3 of them. There's 7 of them come in. And I'm like, the quality's poor. And they were so beautiful. Shout out to you, Canva. And they were like, we value your custom, blah, 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 blah. Over the years, I've invested in Canva. And they refunded. They said, I'll reprint. And then they said, I'll refund you. I'm like, thank you so much. And I'll talk about it again on Financial Freedom. Robin says, love you. Thank you, love. It's huge. It's huge. So, Robin, I think I mentioned the chakra for today on the Energy Healing TV. Oh my gosh, my power is low. And it is the Sacral Chakra Healing Tuesday in Robin's world. So I love you too, Robin. So what I want to wrap up with, we talk about financial freedom. What I want to wrap up with is the vibrational money voucher that I use as part of my spiritual awakening journal prompts. I went through these freedoms in the way that I broke down my life, where I included how I want to contribute and also my financial freedom. I I just got a message from, yeah, my dude. I would say I haven't actually officially announced that, but I will on Relationship Freedom Friday. So here's a burning. The vibrational money voucher. I wanted to contribute, but I wanted to. I love that because I feel that energy. Like I've talked about Lindsay in that, and she messaged me. I'm talking about you, Robin. You're here, and yeah. So talk about soulmates on Fridays. So that vibrational money voucher, I wanted to be contributing and I wanted my financial freedom. I went through bankruptcy, homeless, and that was through having a relationship with my ex-husband. It was I'm going to share it as, that is not appropriate. I'm going to share it. So this financial freedom and the vibrational money voucher was a way of me overcoming my money blocks. And now I'm reading a book called Get Good with Money. I'll talk about that on Financial Freedom Sunday. Just stay connected to the channel because all of these areas integrate. This doesn't make sense to just focus on your health and not all the other areas. And Robin has a 5-day money blocks clearing challenge, which she calls a self-love journey to financial freedom. And it absolutely is. So we connect that feeling and being healthy, having healthy boundaries and loving yourself, part of Robin's self-love movement, to financial freedom. We've had money blocks. We want to up level. We want to contribute. When you contribute and being open, it's healthy, a healthy relationship. So the vibrational money voucher, which the Soul Legacy Journal is a magical journal, and it's your spiritual awakening. You want to awaken in all areas of your life. And some people are like, I don't want to talk about money. Well, usually you have an unhealthy relationship with money, or you might not be able to eat the organic food that you want to eat or shop where you want to shop. And I talk about a program, a UK program called Rich House, Poor House. And in that, the rich house is who the people that are in the top, earning the top 10% income in the UK, and the bottom 10% income, right? They have, the areas of their life are different, including what they eat, what they put in their body, their choices, where they go out to eat, the organic food, the food market, the kind of shop, the kind of environments that they're in, all the things, right? So, you know, if you want to eat a certain way, there's no shame in wanting to eat really good food. You know, and I know that the junk food is the cheapest food. That poverty consciousness versus the prosperity consciousness. Are you good, Robin? I think you're going in now. So having financial freedom, you can put those financial freedom. I say, use this vibrational money voucher for your experiences on your spiritual vision board, rather than putting like a cruise or going, we're going to have a retreat in Thailand. Rather than talking about that and then going, I don't have the money, I can never get to Thailand, or I don't have. Then what you do is you use a vibrational money voucher. The Soul Legacy Journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day, and you get to spend it on experiences. Now, there's rules to this. The rule is to tithe 10% to a worthy cause. My worthy cause is cruise bereavement care, because my son passed and I was going through that grief. And so I had a volunteer actually come and support me. I was like, come and help me before the walls cave in on me. That was my emotional freedom. And the walls did not cave in on me. And I'm still standing and I'm still smiling. I'm able to be even happy, right? And so cruise bereavement care, I've given some money. And today, when I actually thought, oh, you know, I got the refund, it's not in the account right now, I was like, okay, well, I'm journaling and I'm saying tithe 10% of this vibrational money voucher. Eventually, you want to actually just be giving money. And I ran upstairs and I was like, let me just give some more money. It wasn't a lot. I'm not going to tell you how much, but they accept donations between £5 and £100, I think. And the more I do it, the more I increase. But today I was like, let me go and do it. I'm talking about it. I've come back on this spiritual awakening journal with me, using these daily prompts. You want to be the version of you that is in alignment with the money that you want to receive. And I have a bank 50K 50 days challenge. This is doing it vibrationally first. And then when you are comfortable with giving money out, spending money vibrationally, you're going to be comfortable with the version of you that spends and manages money, gets good with money. So you tithe 10% to a worthy cause. Let me know the worthy cause that you tithe to every single day. If you don't feel like spending this vibrational money voucher every single day, and I don't, then tithe the 10% and carry the remaining balance over to the next day and buy a bigger purchase if you want to. You get up to 7,000 in a week. So bear in mind you're tithing 10%. So you get $6,300, pounds, or euros, wherever you are in the world, to spend every single week. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. And Robin's done that. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. And you want to show the universe that I am a light worker. I'm a spiritual business owner who can earn soul client income, have that soul family influence and that soul tribe impact. And let me tell you, I'm on this mission on the Soul Legacy TV and having spiritual business success to have you automate your business, have you earn passive income streams as part of your contribution and your financial freedom, and have you run YouTube ads to your spiritual business so that you can go out and do what you need to do with your family, and you are launching a healthy business model that doesn't require you to be there. It doesn't require you to chase clients, doesn't require you to burn yourself out, right? So don't think that financial freedom means being greedy. It means that you can serve more. It means that you can tithe. It means that you can have the experiences. And if you are ever saying like rich people are greedy and then go through Robin's 5-day money blocks clearing challenge, because she will actually help you to realign. And Robin uses the chakra system as that point of releasing trauma, releasing the thoughts, the feelings, and the beliefs that are no longer serving you. I'm just saying. So that is it for my this is how you don't lose, how you don't lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. You lose it. You lose it. You lose it. By Sunday, Financial Freedom. Be right back. Oh, I love you. Thank you, Robin. By Sunday, on Financial Freedom Sundays, doing the Spiritual Awakening Journal prompts on a daily basis, on Financial Freedom Sunday, I will come and I will share with you what I actually use my vibrational money voucher on. So let me do some invitations for you again. Thank you, Robin, so much for sharing this time with me. I love you. I think you're amazing. So again, you'll see in the cards, the description, the links for this. So again, I give you an invitation to the Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit live interviews featuring spiritual teachers, healers, leaders on YouTube. You can watch. I have the 7 seasons of the Soul Legacy TV. It's a YouTube podcast. We have the Awakening. It's free. So share it out. Find it on the Soul Legacy TV. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to that specific playlist if you want to. We have the Spiritual Ascension after show party on the 3rd Thursday of the month. And we have the Spiritual Alchemy giveaway. It's $11.11 for both of those to upgrade. And there's a community around it. I'm so excited about it. I think the more people that are awakening and using other people's journeys to shortcut your learning curve, the better. I love it. So I've literally scheduled out for that for the next 7 years. We have the invitation, if you're a soul match, to share your spiritual awakening story in the Soul Legacy Journal. This is a companion notebook and journal. The Soul Legacy Journal is about spiritual awakening stories of 365. So if you are one of my boot campers, I'm going to gift you a page in the book. If you are a masterminder, you have up to 5 pages, 5 stories, 1 story per page to share in the book. We launched the book on the 6th of May annually. It is a co-authored Soul Path to Spiritual Alchemy for Lightworkers. Email submissions@SoulLegacyAcademy.com. If you are a boot camper, again, you'll get a page. You need to be in alignment with it. You'll email your story to submissions. I'll walk you through on our co-author enrollment call, what the process is, what's included, all the things. Binge Watch Wednesdays is when the summit is, October through to April. The season 1 has been pushed back to November just because I've had this season of fostering and I'm like, let me just own where I am. But I've scheduled out for the next 7 years, so we're good. October through to April. So the season 1 starts, it's supposed to be October. It is October 2022. So November 2022. And we have live 9 a.m., 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. UK time. There is a playlist for that, Spiritual Awakening Summit.live. And every season I'll update that. So all of these links will be relevant whenever you're listening. So if it's in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, what have you. What else have I got? The playlist for the Spiritual Awakening Journal with me. That is this. I realize I'm talking really fast. Intentional Living for Lightworkers, the 7 Freedoms, live daily vlogs, free bonuses and homework for the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass and Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. So if you're a light worker and you want to start a spiritual business, I invite you to build your author and authority platform, build your spiritual business around a book, around a podcast, around your coaching program, all the things. I'll walk you through that, and actually be okay with receiving the money. So there's bonuses on the SoulLegacyAcademy.com/courses/masterclass. And so we have a community called the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network for masterclass attendees. We also have the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network monthly call. I think I'm going to put that in here. Hang on. Let me see. It's not even in here. I don't think all my comments came up. But anyway, you're going to see it down below. The monthly call. There we go. The monthly call is for new and seasoned spiritual biz YouTubers to come and connect and co-create and collaborate and cross-promote. It happens on the first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time. We'll have breakout rooms. We'll have all. Please do share that and invite a fellow light worker in. Let me go back and see what else we got. I think we did that one. We did the vlogs. We did the homework. Let's go. So I do have a free chapter to my book. My book is called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. This is what we're doing with the 7 Freedoms. Hello. So download a free chapter. If you go to that link, you'll see where you download a free chapter. That when you go to the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass, you'll get live. You can type in live masterclass, and the coupon code should work. You could probably also type in SoulLegacyTV and get a free chapter VIP day. The reason why I do a free chapter VIP day is because I do not do one-on-one calls anymore. Healthy business model. I don't do a one-on. I used to do breakthrough sessions. I do enrollment calls. I don't do any of that now. To work with me in a setting, so the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass is a 4-hour training, beyond 4 hours, live on the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. And then you can get the replay. You get bonuses. I show you how to 3 lessons: speaking to, serving, and signing up your soul clients online, high paying one-to-many soul clients. I also have bonuses. There's a cheat sheet. There is a 1-page Spiritual Biz YouTubers plan, which is basically what I use. And there's teaching. There's the Bank 50K in 50 days. There's a 3-step YouTube Soul Tribe income attraction model. And I have additional bonuses. So grab them, because why wouldn't you? So that free chapter VIP day is a follow-on from the masterclass. The masterclass is 4 hours free, happens on the SoulLegacyTV on the YouTube channel and in a private easy webinar room. And then the free chapter VIP day is how to start, grow, and build a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book launch. So I launched my book again, and I helped actually Lindsay launch her book, and she had 2 different coaches, I think she said, helping her with different parts of the launch process. It can be a complicated process. However, I'm known for breaking things down. And I said, Linz, your book has got like 5 stars. It's amazing. I read Lindsay's book in last September. And in June, I helped her to relaunch it to actually hit #1, because she deserved to be #1 best-selling author, because it positions you. So I can help you do that. I actually am a co-author in a book called The Secret Child Life After Loss, where I share my spiritual awakening story about the loss of my son. And that's a process in itself to be a co-author. Trust me, that's why I've created my own co-author book series and invite you in there. And I helped them. They launched it. They didn't get #1. And I said, look, I now know how to do that. Let me help you. Let me support you. So I got on a call and they hit #1. They relaunched it and they hit #1. So I'm pretty confident in that. We have the 7 Freedoms Annual Vision Board Challenge. I'm talking about launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy using these spiritual awakening journal prompts. They don't work if you don't have a vision. They just don't. They don't work if you're not in alignment, and they don't work if you don't actually rate your vibrational frequency on a regular basis. I'm just saying, if it is that you want to be lazy and not go through stuff and go, oh yeah, that's a good idea, but I'm going to go on to the next thing, I'm just not the woman for you. I'm just not. So the 7 Freedoms Annual Vision Board Challenge, I want your family to have financial freedom. So as a foster parent, foster carer, they say now, I wanted to show my niece and nephews what financial freedom is, the choices that you have when you have freedom with your finances. And I'm doing that and we're loving it. So financial freedom for contributing and then building a spiritual business model that allows you to bank 50K in 50 days vibrationally and do it in the real world. We do the maths on the spiritual vision board class, a spiritual YouTubers class. The other comment is a free preview and a free chapter. I talked about a free chapter for my book. This is at SoulLegacyAcademy.com because I'm the founder of Soul Legacy Academy. /courses/5day. And again, all the links will be in the description and in the comments. And this is a 5-day YouTube from scratch challenge for light workers, spiritual coaches, healers, authors, and spiritual entrepreneurs. And so that 5-day challenge is at the core of my book. And so one of the mission that I have and the vision is to have authors actually think of their readers and actually have people get off. So this is a beautiful book, right? The Law of Attraction. I love it. The Secret Behind the Secret. I want you to write a book and have the reader be in your world, have a passive income stream. The free preview is to a $55 challenge. I share with you how to start a YouTube channel, how to start a business, your spiritual business around your YouTube channel, or vice versa. Getting clarity, the topics that you want to choose, the planning, the naming of everything, doing your channel trailer, all the things, all the most. It's $55. Trust me, it should be worth more. If you come to the Spiritual Biz YouTubers masterclass, I will gift you a live round of my challenge that goes with that. So you have the challenge, it's self-study, it's a passive income stream. This is the model that I share with you on the 1-page plan that you can download as a bonus. I'm giving you my model, my business model. I have a passive income stream, have the book, have the 5-day challenge. And then instead of doing a Facebook challenge, I did a YouTube challenge. And we have live rounds October through to April. The first week in the month, Monday to Friday at 7:30 p.m. UK time, I go live for my students. If nobody wants to show up, we don't do it. There's a call that I have on the first Monday of the month explaining YouTube challenges versus Facebook challenges. That free preview to my challenge will share with you what YouTube challenges are. It's beautiful. And Robin is actually here modeling what YouTube challenges are. I said to you that Robin has a 5-day money box clearing challenge. It's a YouTube challenge. Robin has a 7-day, 7 days to unblock your chakras annual challenge. She's done it twice. I love it. It's beautiful. Daily journaling around our book launch. It's phenomenal model. I love it. So I think that is it. Robin says, back. I can see your back. Thank you so much, Robin, for being on this journey with me and being such a badass, because you actually are. Robin, have you got a takeaway from the spiritual journaling or spiritual awakening journal prompts? Because I've done it in a not a different way. It's still the same. But have you got a takeaway? Does it make sense? Is what I want to know. Does it make sense? Robin says, thank you for the shout out. You're welcome, love. And so, Robin, you've got the Sacral Chakra Healing Tuesday. Right now, Robin's been doing daily lives forever. And right now, Robin's in the season of focusing on her book. You can put the title of your book if you like, if you remember it. And so Robin will do, you'll see on Robin's channel, she'll be doing the energy healing lifestyle and creating YouTube's, oh gosh, my legs are so stiff, creating YouTube's shorts around that. So doing the daily lives, it's a lot. But it's beautiful. But when you're in a season where you're like, okay, well, I've got other commitments, I actually teach you to build your spiritual YouTube channel the way around your lifestyle. So we're leveraging your light work and your lifestyle. So there's a little bit of a lag. So if you have a takeaway, or if you have anything to end today, that would be amazing. That was a lot. Just saying, that was a lot. So thank you so much for joining me. I have loved today. And again, if you're not subscribed to the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast, why the heck not? Share this out. And Robin, if you're still typing, press it, and then I know. and then you can add to it. And if you're not, then that's okay. If you're just watching, okay, she is. Okay. Robin says it does make sense. I like how you're explaining the freedoms and how we rate them and why. Good. Thank you very much. I love you, beautiful Robin. I will be on your channel, and I shall see you for Emotional Freedom Wednesday. Again, set your intentions, know why your vibration, why you're vibrating high or lower, and set the intention. Do what you need to do to actually put the spiritual routines and rituals in place, be in alignment with your values to raise your vibration every single day. Again, come on the 7 Freedom Monthly Call and I can support you through it. All right, I shall speak to you soon. Mwah, big love. Take care. Thank you, Robin. Speak to you soon.